guys, Chaos Finale here, or you can call me Adam. Quick little channel update. I'm back on my original username because I had a moment of inspiration, you could say, this week when I was watching some of my very old YouTube content from, I think it was Otakon 2011. And I thought, going back to the old name might be a smart move. So I did. Obviously this channel is not convention content much anymore. It could be. But it's more still a comic book channel. And I do apologize for no new comic book videos in the last couple of days or weeks. Paying bills and adulting is expensive where you can't get your comics every week like you want to. But anyways, these comics are from October 28th that I just picked up today and read. So we'll go ahead and get started. Starting off with our independents. From Boom Studio, we have Wind number 5. This is the last book for a while from James Tynion. Basically what happens in this comic is we learn who the Bandaged Man is and what he could do for our boy Wind. And there is a fight. We discovered that he's actually a magic folk himself, but he's upholding the king's rule of law because that's what he was hired to do. This was a good read. Wind learns how to use his powers for good and for what he wants to do. I was very happy with how Wind Volume 1 turned out, and I'm looking forward to Wind Volume 2, which won't be out till May 2021, from James Tynion IV. And this book has art by Michael Diolinus, I think, or Diolinus. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But this was a good read. Some sad moments in this book, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed it. Right, on to our Marvel comics. We have Strange Academy issue number 4. This is written by Scotty Young with art by Humberto Ramos. To sum up this book, they play a hell of a game of door tag, or tag, you're it. Remember that childhood game? And they go into different worlds through these portals, and our main character, Amy, makes friends with this beast cat, who's like a flying galley cat. And there's something in Doctor Strange's dungeon that he's worried about. But we won't find out what that is, but it tells me that that might be the main villain for Strange Academy. Not sure what direction this series is really going in, but if it's a brand new series and Marvel has given the green light to be like, hey, write as many issues as you want, who knows? But good issue, great artwork, of course, and we will. We also learn about some wood folk as well. So it looks like they're going to play a villain role in future issues. So great read there. All right. And now we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 51, written by Nick Spencer with art by Patrick Gleason. This is part of the Last Remains series saga. Silk is still going, pardon my French, ape shit on Spider-Man. She is one of the stronger spider ladies. And she's one of the few that can go toe-to-toe with Spider-Man in her regular form. But with the possession by Kindred, which we learn she's possessed by Kindred in this book, she has twice that strength. So Peter has issues keeping up with her, you could say. So another good read here. I don't know why a lot of people hate how slow this is going. It's Spider-Man. Nick Spencer seems like the type of writer who will take his time developing the story through multiple issues rather than shoving it all in maybe 6 or 8 issues and done. Doesn't work too well. But I really like this. Doctor Strange learns about the demon that's possessing Silk, and that demon's trying to get Peter Parker to admit his sins and his wrongdoing. I don't know what that's all about, but I've been enjoying this. I'm glad I hopped on this title when I did, so I'm going to keep reading it. Alright. Next up is a book that I didn't sign up to be on my sub list, but because I read Black Widow, I also get all the tie-ins and any Black Widow series that comes after it. So here we have Black Widow, Widow Sting. This is one of Natasha Romanoff's missions when she was with S.H.I.E.L.D. that isn't mentioned anywhere in the Avengers comics or whatever. She goes to this auction where there's this villain called Silvermane. The name sounds familiar. I feel like Silvermane's an established villain. I think he was created in the early days of Marvel Comics, and we learn about an artifact that can do whatever you. That if you concentrate and focus hard enough, it will do what you want it to do to the thing you want it to be. So very interesting read here. I'm glad this was in my pull box. Great little one shot, great little story. I enjoyed it. It was nice and good artwork too. Alright, on to our DC comics. You're probably wondering, like, Adam, where are your X Swords books? I dropped it. I'm going to explain why I dropped X Swords real quickly. Comic books are expensive. They're ranging anywhere from as cheap as $1 if you buy facsimile editions to expensive as $10 a book. And the X of Swords books don't follow the same pricing structure. And not to mention that story was just too slow, taking too long, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to drop it because buying all these DC comics that I'm buying is expensive enough, and there's King in Black coming out, which looks to be 10 times better than X Source anyways, and I'm just reading the Venom tie-ins, the Spiderman tie-ins, and the main King in Black series. So, that's my X Swords spiel. So I'm no longer reading X Swords, or any X books for that matter. On to my DC books. First up, we have Batman Beyond 48. What this is about is older Bruce Wayne is trying to kill Terry McGinnis due to a trigger that goes off, and he has to time travel to the future with Booster Gold, and I'm just like, that's going to end really well, because last time Booster Gold got involved with something, someone got shot in their head, and he didn't come back for about a year and a half, but now he's back. But I found this to be a good read. So, as per all time travel books, you can't interact with a lot of people because it might mess up the time-space continuum and the timeline, and time travel's very, very how do you say, confusing. So good read. Really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to how this concludes, because this is actually coming to an end at issue number 50, which is unfortunate. Batgirl ended, Batman Beyond's over, and a bunch of other DC titles that I used to read are coming to an end. So get ready for Future State and ready for DC Comics in 2021. Good read. Alright, next up is Justice League Dark, issue 27. We're still dealing with the Upside Down Man, but this time they're on the attack, changing the reality that the Upside Down Man controls with his magic. Circe makes a return, Wonder Woman's forgotten sister, I guess you could say. And they try to make the reality a different reality. This was a good read. I mean, I'm a little tired of the Upside Down Man, because I'm like, does Justice League Dark do anything else, or is the Upside Down Man stuff just what they do. So good read. I still like Justice League Dark. I think it's a really good read, and I enjoy it for what it is. So I don't have much to say about this book. All right. Here we are with Wonder Woman issue 765. Here we learn that Wonder Woman and Maxwell Lord are still tracking down their where all of his tech is being black marketed to. This was a good read. I enjoyed it. Looks like it's still continuing the same storyline that began with Liar Liar, and they had to go to the center of the black market, to a city that you wouldn't want to be in. But I found this to be a very interesting read. So we'll see where it goes with Wonder Woman and Maxwell Lord, and Liar Liar is going to make a return. I believe in the next issue 766 she makes a return. So good read. There's also a new villain or an old villain that shows up in there. Also that came out on October 28th is Batman 3 Jokers Book 3. All I'm going to say is it was good for what it was, but didn't end the way people were hoping, and I don't understand all the hype that was built around it. Nice little 3-issue miniseries though, good artwork, but the story lackluster. Alright, and now we have another, the series isn't canceled, just that the current creative team is changing to a new creative team. So Red Hood Outlaw issue number 50. Basically, this just goes through. We meet up with Joker's daughter, and Jason Todd is just trying to work with her to help her not make the same mistakes that she made last time, or that he made. But I found this to be a good read. The Outlaws feel the same way. They no longer need to be a team together because Jason has grown enough and everyone's growing throughout the era, and I found this to be a fantastic read. I will be picking up the trades for the ones that I'm missing. So, good read. Looking forward to the new creative team coming with issue number 51. Alright, I gotta pick up the pace here because SAO Alicization War of Underworld Part 2 is going to premiere here soon on Toonami. So here we have Batgirl number 50. This series is now over for DC. Batgirl number 50, a lot of people didn't like this because, well, this pretty much takes place in our current society with the riots, racial injustice, all the political issues that you currently are seeing in the world, in the United States specifically, all show up here centered in Gotham. Batgirl needs to figure out how to balance out her life, and it wasn't the greatest conclusion to one of my favorite series, but I'm not going to bang it saying it's the worst comic book ever. I'm just saying that I think they wanted Batgirl issue number 50 to be different, but DC is like, no, that comes to an end. There's a couple other little stories in here. One where Batgirl is like thrown between all sorts of different stories, and she doesn't like that, but nonetheless, pretty good. Alright. Here we have Batman Detective Comics issue 1029. And we have a new villain joining the ranks called the Mirror. And the Mirror shows Gotham's reflections. If you read Batgirl in the New 52, one of her first villains was another Mirror type character, but it's not the same person. It looks like this one has an issue with vigilantes and is invoking the Unmasked Protocol. and that is growing in influence. We see Bruce Wayne starting to move out of the manor to start a new chapter in his life. And we also see Bruce Wayne doing what Bruce Wayne does, helping people get elected that he thinks could do well for Gotham. And it was a pretty good read. I mean, I love what Tomasi does, and the artwork is great in Detective Comics, so really looking forward to what this Mirror character is all about. Hopefully it's not a throwaway character. Hopefully they're going to stick around. Hopefully. Alright. Alright, on to runner-up for my pick of the week from October 28th. And that's going to go to Power Rangers Dragon New Dawn, issue 3 of 3. Written by Anthony Birch with art by Simone Ragazzone. Fantastic conclusion to a 3-issue miniseries. This is how you do it, not how Batman 3 Jokers did it. So we see the original Red Ranger. He wants a lot of power to himself to try to beat back this scout from this dark god. But Kimberly's like, no, we need to work together, and they do work together to defeat this scout, but that doesn't end all their issues, because the huge message in this is you don't need to be a Power Ranger to change the world. You can work together as a team without being a Power Ranger. So I found that to be fantastic. Great runner-up for pick of the week. Alright. And for my pick of the week of October 28th, that is going to go to Dark Knight's Death Metal, Rise of New God. Fantastic read. We see a battle happen between the Batman who laughs the darkest night and Perpetua. They're throwing planets at each other. They're going all over the damn place in the universe. Introduction of a new character called a Chronicler, who's documenting all events of dead multiverses and how they died. The resurrection of a older god. I just forgot his name, but the Chronicler resurrects the original master of the Mobius chair, and the Mobius chair reveals how the multiverse that they're currently in and trying to destroy is not the end all thing, and that there's still so many stories you can tell. And this also introduces the DC Omniverse. More on that later, but fantastic read. That's why it's the pick of the week. I was pleased with the artwork, pleased with the story. These Dark Knight Death Metal tie-ins are fantastic. Alright. Sorry I had to rush through that, guys, but TV show's about to come on. So again, thank you for watching. If you liked what you see here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. What did you like from 2 weeks ago, comic-wise? Give this video a like. If you didn't like it, there's a dislike button. If you want to know as soon as the video goes live, hit the notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. And you all have a fantastic night and a good weekend. Bye-bye.